Grand and glorious rising, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It is the day that the Lord has made, so we may as well be glad in it. Oh, I am Danny Stillwell, and I am coming to you through Transform and Love Community this morning. And I just want to welcome you all to this morning's message. I'm so excited. But then, you know what? I'm always excited when I'm talking about God. Hey, Joe, welcome, welcome. I'm always excited when I get an opportunity to speak about God. Hey, my friend Marcus, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. And you know what? You all could be anywhere on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. You could be sleeping, getting that last little bit of good sleep in. Hey, my sister Audra, you could be sleeping. You could be watching something on television. You could be out and about already. But when you make a conscious choice to spend your time with Transform and Love Community, know that we truly, truly appreciate it and we appreciate you. Hey, Sandy Pack, you know I'm always sending you light and love. My good brother Spencer Murray and his wonderful, wonderful wife, Erica, sending you blessings. Reverend Nikki, we're looking forward to hearing your message next Sunday. Next Sunday, all right? So I want you to, Angel Fran, that's my boo, Angel Fran. She's been rolling with me. I just love you. Queen T, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Arminthia, we love you and we miss you here, your space here in Detroit, Michigan. Las Vegas. How you doing, Las Vegas? Yes, yes. I just want to say briefly and give a thanks to the Gold Rush women and Reverend Jackie Trish Atkins, who I was in Chicago and drove back yesterday for their Gold Rush conference. And I just want to thank them. They love up on Transforming Community so much, and they miss us when we are not there. So I told Reverend Jackie, next year, I don't know if we'll bring a bus, but then I don't want to limit God. So because I don't know, I'm going to say we're going to turn it over to God and let God handle all of it. But I just want to thank them for all of their hospitality and their love. All right, Matrix Healing. I don't know who you are, brother, but thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful. So grateful. And I want you to know that Transform and Love Community is truly the place to be. And we have so much to give and so much to offer. I'm going to ask J Love to put up our announcement so that you'll have an idea, just an idea of what Transform and Love Community offers to this community, not just our local community, but our global community. Our global community. Subscribe to everything that's got Reverend Shahir's name on it, that's in alignment with the Spirit of God. Okay, podcasts, uh, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, whatever. If it's God Shahir, if Stephen's name's attached to it, you know that it has the Spirit of God upon it. So click subscribe. You know, Rev has already put out that she's in Facebook jail. So for speaking the truth and speaking her mind, but that's all right. That's all right. We got a whole bunch of avenues to get to God. How about that? All right. So go and subscribe to Shahira's um, YouTube page. Tomorrow, so Mondays is canceled just for tomorrow. Just for tomorrow. I do have, once again, another funeral, homegoing service to attend of a dear friend. So I will not be able to be there tomorrow, but join me again next Monday as we continue with our Soap Mondays. Yes. Oh, yes. And I love it. I love it. I'm really selfish. I think I do it more for myself than I do for y'all. All right. The Wealth of a Spiritual Woman Wednesdays. Come join us. April 26th. This Wednesday, April 20th. Can you believe it? Can you believe April 26th? All right. Go get the book. And let me tell you something. Get the book, don't get the book, whatever. You don't need the book to join in the class. Just come and show up. And even because it says the wealth of a spiritual woman, we invite all men to come and be in the midst with us. All right. You can go get your books from transforminglovecommunity.com. The price is $25, and that includes the shipping and handling. All right. All right. Mother's Day is coming up. Get a book for someone for Mother's Day. That would be a beautiful Mother's Day gift, I believe. All right. Unlocking your intuition. I heard that the workshop yesterday was off the chain. Okay, now I got to go and get the replay. Now, if you participated in yesterday's workshop, then there will be a part two, and you can check in on Wednesday, May 10th. Now, if you want to participate in this, or you can go back and get the link to see the replay of yesterday. You know what? We're not leaving anybody out of anything. You want to be in the midst? You can be in the midst, all right? And you can check in. If you had not participated yesterday, just contact J Love and she will direct you as to how you should go. All right? All right. And ooh wee, this has been a lineup. I tell you, it's been an honor to be in the presence of such powerhouses as these souls right here. And next Sunday, we're bringing you Reverend Nikki to bring the spirit of love rain down and reign now. Ooh, so Reverend Nikki, mm, 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 mm. We await we await the blessing that you will have for us on next Sunday. Yeah, thank you. Woo! Oh, Lord. I bless the spirit known as Shahira Stevens. Right here and right now, that wherever she is, the hand of God is upon her. I bless this community. I bless this transform and love community, local and abroad. We are all over the country. And I bless you. I bless you. Lord, I thank you right here and right now for the blessings that you will bestow upon us today and every day. We get new mercies every single day. I'm so excited for the blessings that are coming an hour from now, 2 hours from now. I'm just excited about the blessings that are on their way. And may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, God. You are my strength and my redeemer. Yes. Whew, well, here we are in the month of wisdom, the month of wisdom, and we have been talking about the flow of spirit all month long. And so today, I want to talk about the flow of spirit that comes to and through us, to, to us, and through us. All right. I was reading, and I shared this with my boo friend. I was reading, and the word on the page, it looked to be flow-ever. And I was like, wow, that's a wonderful word. Flow-ever, flow-ever. And then I said to myself, I said, self, what would I need to do, say, to be in the flow-ever blessings of God? Because you see, the word was not flow-ever. It was actually however. But there was just a speck on the page that turned that H into a F and a L. and it became flow ever. And I was just like, I am going to incorporate that flow, that word into my vocabulary of flow ever. Because you see, the Spirit of God is flow ever flowing to us and through us. Flow ever, flow ever. And so John 10:10 says, a thief only comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But God comes that we can have real and eternal life, more and better life, more than we could have ever imagined. Ever imagined. That means it comes to us and it flows through us. So I want to tell you a story. I want to share a story with you that actually happened 6 years ago today. 6 years ago today, my daughter Sunita was getting married. Happy anniversary, mwah, Carlin and Sunita. They were getting married, and I was in charge of. And you say I say that lightly. I was in charge, really, because when you hear this story, you know I wasn't in charge of nothing. Okay, so I was in charge. It was my responsibility. Let me say that it was my responsibility to take care of the decorating of the hall along with Nigel and Sister Lenora. And so we were all putting everything together and the altar and the flowers and the da 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 da. Da. So when it came time to decorate the tables and the reception and everything, and I asked for the flowers, and Sanita had said, I'll take care of the flowers. And I said, oh, great, that's one less thing that we have to worry about. Okay. So in my mind, didn't I say I thought I was in charge of something? So in my mind, I'm thinking she's getting the flowers for her own wedding. I don't have to worry about it. So when I came time for the flowers and the wedding coordinator came up, I said, well, where are the flowers? I'm ready to put them around. And she came up with one bunch of mini carnations. And I said, oh, those are pretty. I said, but where are the rest of them? She said, Ma, this is it. I said, what do you mean this is it? She said, this is all the flowers that she gave me. I say, one bunch of mini carnations. That's all the flowers that we have. She said, well, I didn't see any more. She said, this is all she gave me. And immediately, okay, one of them thieves reared their ugly head. I said, what? I can't decorate this hall with one bunch of mini carnations. I need flowers for the altar. I need flowers for the tables. And the da 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 da. Oh, I was on one. Okay, that's a thief. That's a thief. So now I'm running around trying to figure out how I can take this one bunch of mini carnations and decorate a whole hall. All right. One bunch of mini carnations. And so I'm thinking, I said, maybe I can take one head and drop it in. Because we got candles with their pictures on the tables and heart-shaped water bowls that the flowers were going to float in. Baby, I had a picture. Did you hear me say I had a picture in my mind of how we were supposed to look? And now I got one bunch of mini carnations. So I said, well, maybe we can pinch off one head and drop it in the water bowl. And it was looking real pitiful. And then I said, well, let's take the petals and spread the petals out and then sprinkle the petals in the water. And that looked even worse. And I said, oh my God. And I'm so as I'm frustrated and I'm running around trying to figure out in my head how to take one bunch of mini carnations and decorate a whole hall, I sat down and I said, okay, just calm down, Daddy. And then a young man was walking past. And I asked the young man, I said, please, can you bring me some water? And I saw that he was quite busy and he wanted to appease me. And I said, "No, that's okay. I see you're busy. But if you could show me where the water source is, I'll get it myself." He said, "Sure." He said, "Come on back here." So I followed him back. And I'm just a walking. And when I turned the corner, before my eyes was flowers everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. There were roses, there were hydrangeas, there were lilies, it wasn't just a lot of flowers. It was a lot of different kind of flowers. And I lost my breath and I said, because I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned to even see a sea of flowers right before my eyes, right before my eyes. And I said, young man, I said, what are these flowers for that are here? And he said, well, ma'am, there was a wedding here last night, and these were the flowers that nobody wanted to take. Now, baby, I'm about to cry already. He said, no, they took all that they needed and they left the rest. See, God can make a blessing out of your leftovers. So I said, is it possible that I can use some of the flowers? He said, well, let me check with my manager. I'll ask her. So the manager came out. So she came out and she said, you can have all the flowers you want. She said they left them here and they're so beautiful. We didn't want to just throw them out. But yes, take all that you need. See, the abundance of God will come to you. It'll come to you looking like roses and hydrangeas and lilies. It'll come to you. But see, I couldn't have seen it unless I sat down and composed myself. So I come out of the kitchen and I yell to Lenora and Miguel, hey, it's flowers back here. It's flowers. Come. And bring a cart. Let me tell you something. It wasn't just enough flowers where we could carry in our arms or grab up in our hands. We needed a cart to gather the flowers up and bring them into the hall. So we began to decorate every table in the hall. We decorated the bride and groom's table where they were going to be seated and eating. We had flowers draped all down their table. We have flowers on the food table. We have flowers out where the sign and the guest registry book was. We laid flowers all out there. We laid flowers on the altar. When I tell you God will open up the heavens and send forth a blessing that you could not even imagine. But what I was in was my intellectual brain because I had already said to them, we need to go to Sam's Club. We need to go to Walmart. Where's the Walmart? I'm on the telephone trying to find the nearest Sam's Club. But we got to get some flowers in this joint. And I can hear God saying, my child, I already got you covered. But if you would just sit down and be still, I show you what I got for you. I had to laugh at myself because I was a mess. I am the mother of the bride, and I'm holding one bouquet of many carnations. But God, the infinite wisdom of God. Because let me tell you something. Do you know what all had to happen for me to even for God to even bless us with that? Do you know what had to happen? First of all, if the wedding had been on Friday, those flowers probably wouldn't have been there. Not those flowers. Not those. It probably would have been some flowers, but not those. And if it were Friday and we probably still wouldn't have had an opportunity to go out and shop for some more flowers. We just wouldn't have. We wouldn't have. I had to have needed to get some water. The flow of water. The flow of water. I needed some water. And the young man said, "Come this way. Come this way." And there it was. Let me tell you, when we got finished, yes, God's grace is sufficient, Joe. When we got finished decorating that hall, it looked like something out of Architectural Digest. I had to stand in the middle of the hall and say, God, oh my God, no one but you could have done this. No one. Now, will I have eventually gotten to the point where I would have been satisfied with the little petals from the one bunch of mini carnations? Eventually, yes. Eventually, I probably would have. But the goodness of God was so amazing that day. And it unfolded in a way that I could have only imagined. I could have only imagined. But I was about to let one of the thieves block my blessings and block my flow of abundance. And it came up so quickly. See, we have to be mindful. It can come up so quickly. And that's why we have to, minute by minute, moment by moment, keeping the presence of God within us. So that when those thieves rear their ugly heads, we're not fazed by them. Well, y'all, even me, I got fazed. I did. And it didn't look pretty. And the Gail and Sister Lenora will tell you it did not look pretty. All right. So, what are the thieves that can come in and block your flow of abundance? Because in that moment that I was standing, my mind told me I couldn't do this with that. My intellectual brain told me you can't do this with that. Ah, but then God said, "Watch me work." I didn't know at that time that in between where I had my tantrum and across the hall was a blessing of abundance awaiting us. I couldn't have known that. Couldn't have known that. But why didn't I know that? So one of the thieves that could come and steal and rob us is the misconception or the delusion of the ways of God. See, we keep trying to bring God down to our level, the human level. I want to say, let me say I'm owning it. I'm owning my stuff today. That's why I'm so grateful. I'm owning the fact that I have done that. I have done that. I have brought God down to the human level where I have said, this can't be done. I can't see a way out of that. That whatever the that is or the this is, I've done that. I've done it. But praise God, I don't stay there as long as I used to. I don't stay there as long as I used to. We have to know that God wants to bless us beyond measure, beyond what our minds could thought. Because let me tell you something, the flowers that were in there that we saw, that they left, they're leftovers. We got the leftovers. And the leftovers were exquisite. But in God's kingdom, everything is exquisite. Everything. So, first of all, get out of our intellectual brain, our intellectual thinking that God is down here on our level doing things from this point. Okay? The misconception and the delusion of the ways of God. Fear is another one of those thieves. Another one. I was afraid that the hall wouldn't look right if it didn't have all of these flowers. I was afraid, and I'm going to be honest with you. I was afraid of what other people were going to think when they came to the wedding and we had these little petals floating in the water. I'm telling you, my intellectual mind, my fear came up. Fear will block your blessing. Sure as my name is Danny. Sure as my name is Danny Roslyn Stillwell. I'm going to say my whole name. And my African name is Chiamaka. That means my God is beautiful. That's my name, y'all. Chiamaka. My God is beautiful. So my whole name, as sure as my whole name, is Danny Roslyn Stillwell. I'm in here thinking about what are people going to think? Come on, y'all. Am I the only one? Am I the only one concerned about what they're going to say, about how this looks, and what are they going to say about, oh, they didn't have this and they didn't do that, and they did. I'm telling you, it'll block your blessing. I don't care no more about what people think. I don't. Because if I'm in alignment with the Spirit of God, all is in order. All is in order. Oh, yeah, fear stop you. It'll block your blessings. And guess what else will block your blessings? Giving up hope too easily. Just giving up hope. Throwing your hands up saying, okay, I don't even see a way out of this. I don't even see a solution. I don't even see anyone coming to my aid. I don't even see. Oh, but see, the thing is, you looking with these eyes, these right here. And some of us got four. You looking with these four eyes. But baby, when you see the magnificence of God at work, it will be such an unbelievable sight. You will just have to sit in awe. And I swear to you, when I turned that corner and I literally lost my breath, I sucked in so much air, I almost choked. where, where, where are these flowers? Who? And may I have them? I I wasn't afraid to ask. I wasn't afraid to ask. Wasn't. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need. But see, some of us won't even do that. We have given up hope and we won't ask. Well, that's just really jacked up. Truly. Especially when you know the goodness of God, Sandy. You know the goodness of God, don't you? You know the goodness of God. So those are some of the things that really three of the biggest things that will stop our flow of God's abundance coming to us and through us. We have to be open vessels to experience this thing called God, to experience it. It's a gift. We don't even have to ask for it. We came here with it. We came here with everything that we need to live a life of peace, abundance, joy, love. We came here with it and we give it up because of our misconceptions of the power of God and God's ways. We give it up to fear. We give it up for nothing. For nothing. You see, Psalms 115:14 says, my Lord, and I'm owning it. I'm owning my Lord gives me increase, not only to me, but to my children. That's what happened to me that day. I'm holding one bunch of mini carnations. And right around the corner, what is the song? Right around the corner, just across the bend. All right? When I tell you the blessing were flowing, but I was looking for water. Guess what? Water flows, and the blessings of God flows through the living water of the word of Christ. Living waters flowed right on through that hall, flowed right on through where it was able to not only decorate and beautify, but bless. Because as Reverend Shahira married my daughter and my beloved son-in-law, and as we were sitting there, and they come parts of the wedding where they wanted people to come up and just share their feelings and their thoughts. When I tell you, we spent the wedding reception giving honor to God and the blessings that those two people, my son-in-law and my daughter, had on their friends and their family. Oh, the blessings were flowing that day. And even one of the little babies got up and he said, I just want to thank God for the cupcake table. Okay. I'm telling you, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I couldn't have dreamed of a day like that. Oh, I could have dreamed of it being beautiful, and I could have dreamed of, but baby, I couldn't have dreamed of the abundant blessings that was going to happen on that day 6 years ago today. That in my pea brain, while I'm standing there having a tantrum about some mini carnations, God was waiting to bless me with an orchard. I'm telling you, minute by minute, moment by moment, the blessings will come to you, and then they come through you so that you can bless others. so that you can bless others. See, the leftovers from the Saturday night blessed the wedding that was happening on Sunday morning. Come on now, I know y'all don't hear me. Y'all couldn't hear me. The blessings and the leftovers from Saturday night blessed the wedding that was happening on Sunday. And the floodgates opened up. That's right. The floodgates opened up and poured out a blessing that I could have only imagined. I didn't have to move. All I had to do was sit down and be still. God say, why are you tripping, boo? Why are you tripping? Why? But God had to sit me down so that I could be still, so that I can drop out of my head and drop into my heart and say, oh, okay, God, this is what I got. Help me work with it. And the young man came walking past me, and I asked for some water. And I could have only imagined when I turned that corner. I really, I, I, what, it leaves me speechless now. Even now, it leaves me speechless. And then when my daughter came in and she said, "Oh, it looked pretty in here." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. Look at what God did. Look at what God did. We could have had that wedding at any other hall, any other one. I'm telling you, God will set up a set of circumstances that will bless you exponentially and immediately. Immediately, right when you need it. But you got to get out of the way. I'm in there having a tantrum about many carnations, and on the other side of the wall is roses, hydrangeas, lilies, anything, and any color I wanted. I didn't even say that. Any color, red and violet and white and really abundance. It flows. Yes, Reb, and God blew my mind that day. And then the day began to unfold with the same blessings and the same flow of the Holy Spirit through everyone that spoke. Shahira and I were sitting there crying the whole time. Every time somebody got up and spoke. But you know what I learned? God is so infinite in his ways. He has attached our tear ducts to our hearts. So when there's something that is touching, that it'll just flow. It'll just flow. Happy tears just flowing. Abundance was flowing. Tears were flowing. Blessings were flowing this day 6 years ago. Praise God. Praise God. Yes, Spence. Make a man's trash another one's treasure. They left them flowers behind to be thrown out. Come on now. And then the manager said, I didn't know what we are going to do with them. I know I didn't want to throw them out, but you can have all that you want. Yes. Won't she do it, Faith? But see, what I lacked in that moment was faith. I was having a tantrum. And boy, I scared the girl so much. I was this person. She said, well, Ma, I don't, I don't know what, I don't know what. I said, that's all right. I'm telling you, I lost my mind for a moment. Lost my mind. Lost my faith for a moment that all would be well. I lost it, y'all. Even me. Even me. Oh, but baby. God in his infinite wisdom poured out a blessing, not just for me, but let me tell you something. The other thing that I knew is that I, as Sister Maya told us some years ago, what what have you deposited into the universal bank account? Are you making deposits of love and compassion? Are you making deposits? What kind of deposits are you making? So the first thing I yelled out was, "Thank you, God. I'm so grateful." And then I said, "I don't know what I did to deserve this blessing, but I do know that I must have had deposited something at some point in time that I would be blessed like this." I do. Living the life, as Shahir says, where everything and anything is possible at any moment. This day, 6 years ago, this day. And not only bless me that I was able to decorate the whole house, bless my child. It says, may the Lord give you increase, you and your children. What are you depositing into the universal bank account of God? What are you depositing? We can't always be asking for something. Oh, that way, now you can. Let me take that back. You can. You can always be asking. You can. But what are you in alignment with? What do you give? When we say our time, our gift, our what we can give is our talents, our time, our money, our effort, our love. What are you giving? What are you giving? So I thank God. I said, God, I don't know what I did, but whatever it is, I thank you. Whatever it was, whenever it was, I'm just grateful now. Thank you. Thank you. And the blessings just keep coming and they come to us. They are us. You are the blessing. You are it. You are it. You are it. So when the blessings come to you, they come to you to come through you so that you can bless somebody else with a word, with a deed. I took a woman home one day and she wanted to pay me for taking her home. I said, "No, baby, I'm good. That's okay." And she said, "Well, you stop cutting off my blessings." Because there's a flow to blessings. As you give, so shall you receive. And it keeps flowing just like that. You give and you receive. You give. Let me tell you something. Just last night, I got this gift from Coletta, a cup with my favorite picture of me and Pearl. And thank you all for your love and your condolences on the loss of my very best friend. And I opened this up and I wept. And I'm gonna drink some coffee right now. Mm. The abundance of God, the gifts that flow to you, because at some point in time you deposited something into the universal bank account of God. I don't know about you, but let me tell you two things that'll align you up with the abundant flow of spirit. Acceptance. Acceptance. The first thing I said was a misconception and a delusion. of the ways of God, except that the ways of God are not our ways. They're not. I couldn't have dreamed that scenario up. I couldn't have. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart. Okay? I couldn't have had because if I'd have knew it in that moment when I was having that tantrum, I wouldn't have had the tantrum. I wouldn't have had it. Okay? Acceptance that God is always working on your behalf to bless you beyond measure. Always. Never a time when God's not working. God rolling up his sleeves right now because somebody that's listening to this message needs a blessing. But they have forgotten, maybe momentarily. Maybe this is a reminder. This right here is a reminder that if you would just be still and surrender to the will of God, oh, the blessings will flow like water. A solution will flow like water. A condition can be erased. A circumstance can be up leveled and uplifted. Yes, yes. Oh, the blessings of God. Is that can you accept that God is God all by himself, all by herself? Can you accept it? Can you accept it? And once you accept it and surrender your will, can you appreciate it? See, many of us don't appreciate the blessings that we already have. Can you be grateful for everything, no matter what it looks like? Can you just be grateful? Can you be grateful for that adversity? Can you be grateful for the breakdown? Can you be grateful? Can you be grateful for the pain that somebody in their unconsciousness may have inflicted upon you? Can you be grateful? Because it's in those moments that'll take us to our knees. In those moments that will say, God, I surrender it all to you. Let your living words and waters flow through my spirit, and I will do your will. I will be a divine representation of who you are right here on earth. Yes, God. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender every misthought or mistake. I surrender it. I surrender it. I surrender. I thank you for the adversities. I thank you for the pain. I thank you because they brought me to you. Thank you. So I just can't even tell you enough. If we get out of our own way, stop, be still, let God speak to you. Luke 6 says, give away your life, you'll find life given back to you. But not merely just giving back with bonus and blessings. Giving back with bonus and blessings. Bonus and blessings. Woo! Bonus and blessings. Giving is the way. All right, Jay. Giving is the way. Woo! I thank you. I thank you all. Thank you all for loving, transforming, loving come in and spend a little with us on this Sunday. I thank you. Reverend Shahira, I love you. I love you with my whole heart. I love you. And I thank you for trusting me enough. I thank you. I thank you. And if this ministry has given you anything that has fortified your spirit, uplifted your hearts, please make a conscious choice of a love offering to transforminglovecommunity.com and click on the give. And you can give through Givelify, PayPal, Cash App. It's all right there for you. Thank you. What are you depositing into the universal bank account of God? Whew. I thank you. I thank you. J Love, once again, you absolutely rock. And I love you. So as my angel Horace would say, transforming love community, go your way rejoicing. I want you to be blessed, but more importantly, be a blessing to someone else. I love you.